Going live. All right. We got our first live. Don't forget, tag team champion on the hunt, Biggie Shaq, my partner. But Biggie, you issued a challenge, and I don't know. I don't think I have the books to match you, but I certainly have some books I'd like to show off. So let's do some almost top 50 in my collection. Shall we say? Bam. G.I. Joe. Number 21. First appearance of Storm Shadow. Great condition. Most of my books are in really good condition. I have a hard time buying books that are in not great condition. This is just a fun book because, so this is Battlestar Galactica 1 to 3, but it is in the original Whitman plastic bag. Has not been unsealed since it was hanging in the, well, I don't know, probably, I don't know, some sort of corner store or something. This one's got a little more heat to it. We'll go Captain Marvel. And number 12, that's right. Nice Silver Age book. This is in great condition. This is the first appearance of Captain Marvel of the Kree, I believe. That's pretty awesome. I don't expect there'll be many people in my live chat because, well, I have 45 followers, but whatever. Alien Worlds. Now, I just absolutely love this cover. And if I could, yeah, that's what I figured. It was a Dave Stevens cover. I have a few of his covers in my collection. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Now, Biggie, you showed off a lot of bangers, a lot of Silver Age stuff. I'm more of a 80s and 90s kid, so let's go with Wolverine, his first miniseries. Frank Miller, one of my favorites. Not all the time, but usually he's got some really good stuff. And one of my true favorites, my age group, we got Todd McFarlane. And I loved Conan as a kid, so that is Todd McFarlane's Conan cover. What is that, 145 or something like that? So I've got a couple copies of that because I do love Todd McFarlane and I love Conan, so that's pretty awesome. By far, my favorite Batman Who Laughs cover. I believe this is Batman Who Laughs number 5, but this cover is absolute fire. Totally killing it there. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite series, too, actually. This thing brought me back into comics pretty quickly. Now, he has passed away quite recently, so give it up for Mr. Perez. This guy signed by George. Great book. First appearance. Pretty awesome. Pretty happy to have it. Hey, Dope Comics, how you doing, my man? Doing my top 50 for Mr. Biggie. So these aren't my exact top 50, but these are some of my favorite books because I'm a 90s and 80s kid, man. We got X-Men 4 because I absolutely love that guy. Now, X-Men 4 is his first appearance, but Omega Red is way better on X-Men 5, and that happens to be a newsstand as well, so pretty happy about that. Now, I've got 3 of these at the shop right now. They're all 9/8s. This one is also a 9/8. I just haven't sent it away yet. So Wolverine 1, I've collected a lot of Wolverine 1s over the course of my life because Wolverine is awesome, and that's just a savage cover. Him on top of a bunch of bodies, Madripoor, all of that stuff is in here. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's got that horror vibe to it too, the moon in the background. So we absolutely love Wolverine around here. If it was a newsstand, I'd be a little happier. And again, more Todd McFarlane love, because Todd McFarlane is half the reason why I started Bleecker Street Comics. I watched that guy's documentary, and he was really inspirational, man. So I went and I started Bleecker Street Comics, and really haven't looked back since. Obviously, there's a lot of looking ahead. Voltron, number 1. Now, I fucking love Voltron, excuse the language. I believe this is a 75-cent Canadian newsstand as well. Voltron 1. One of my favorite cartoons growing up as a kid. Rick and Morty did a great sketch on that recently. Thought it was hilarious. Dope, this one's for you. About Uncanny Tales, number 1. So it's a little newer than Dope likes, but that's all right. It's still really cool. It's in that horror genre. Great art. So you'll notice, Biggie, these aren't the banger books that you showed, but still some of my favorites. The first appearance of Maestro Hulk, Future Imperfect number 1. Very cool. Love the Hulk. Love Maestro Hulk. So we're smashing through these books. And again, another first appearance, because one of my favorite characters in the X-Men series was Bishop. I can't wait till they do something with Bishop. I really, they did, I loved in Deadpool. I really liked Josh Brolin as Cable, so I'm hoping they can cast somebody awesome as Bishop as well, because they did a really good job there, I'll tell you that. Thanks, Dope. Appreciate that, man. Batman Who Laughs, number 1. Now that, my friend, this is a wicked series. If you haven't read it, you should. This is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Just super duper cool. This is Dark Knight's Metal, I believe, number 1. But oh no, is this Batman Who Laughs number 1? Yeah. Either way, I just got it. I love the cover. There he is on the cover. So awesome. Yeah, one of my favorites. It also is a black cover, but this is pretty perfect. Probably a 9/8. Batman Adventures, because this is, one of the shows that did it for us all. This happens to be signed by one of the artists, Templeton. So it's signed at the bottom here. I had this book for a while. I got it off somebody else, and I didn't even realize it was signed. So it just looked like it was part of the art design. I thought that's where they put the fake signature, but it is a real signature. Happy to have it. And this is obviously one of the best versions of Batman that ever was. The Batman cartoon series was amazing. And we've got first appearance of Gambit. We've got a nice newsstand here. It is in great condition. Probably send that away pretty soon. We are hoping that comes back with high grade. Shogun Warriors, number 1. Also a newsstand. Not really any surprise there. I believe this is like 79 or 80. But this is signed by, what is it, Herb Trimp. And it's, pretty awesome. Have one of my favorite books signed by the artist. He also did Godzilla. Herb Trimp's done a lot of good stuff, actually. Wasn't he? I'm not. Was he part of GI Joe? I feel like he was. Not that there's anyone in the chat, but I wish there was so they can help me out there. How about Man Thing #1? No, it's not the first appearance of Man Thing. Biggie showed that off yesterday in House of Secrets. But this cover, though, this cover is awesome. Big fan of this era of comic. 35, 40 cent, 25 cent. Really appeals to me a lot. Gotta love the black suit Spider-Man. Web Spider-Man #1. This is, I believe, the one where the bell knocks the suit off. So, always slowly trying to collect the black suit story is a great part of it. And this is a really, really, really fantastic cover. Pretty different than most of the Web of Spider-Man covers. Hey, Red Rum, how you doing, brother? So we've got Avengers Annual #10 in very, very great condition. This guy is signed as well. Claremont, Chris Claremont signed that. If you can't see the signature on there, although it's pretty, most of his signatures are pretty much that, so we all know it if we see it. Great copy, really high grade condition. Again, I don't really get books in my personal collection unless they're super high grade. A bit of a, I don't know, wanker like that. Boom. I believe that's the first appearance of, is it Hobgoblin? And I got this at the last Comic-Con. This is a 75 cent Canadian newsstand. And it is missing its tattoos. So I have to either find another real crap copy that has tattoos, or I will marry it with a Fantastic Four 252 just to have an entire book together, because it's a great copy. Might have some weird thing near the staples here, but other than that, it's a pretty darn great copy. My favorite artists and comic book people in the whole wide world is Robert Crumb. So here's some Robert Crumb for you. Snatch #3. Probably not for children. Fantastic. He did Mr. Wonderful. He did a lot of good stuff. He's a weird dude, though. I don't know about his whole deal, but his comics, I loved them. That whole era in comics was awesome. Just the whole underground aspect of it, them all sort of finding each other, hanging out. We have Batman #0, signed by Capullo. Really high grade copy. I like the Detective Comics 0, New 52. That cover was way better. However, this one's signed by Capullo, so I can't really complain too much. It's pretty awesome. More from Mr. Dope. Vault of Evil #1. Got that awesome werewolf coming to life as the moon rises in the window. And a sharp dressed man out there. Sharp dressed man in the corner. Pretty cool. Some of them I had signed in person. Others I bought that way. People sold them to me that way. This Eerie #6, I believe. And this is 1966. 6, I want to say. And it's a Ditko cover. It's some of his finest work, to be honest. If you're looking for really awesome Ditko artwork, try other things besides his Marvel stuff. Like, look at that cover, man. That's absolutely fucking awesome. Really cool, in great condition. I believe it's about a 9.2. Really happy to find that. I also found that at last Comic-Con, you know. Big fan of the whole Roman soldiers. You can see the Roman soldier facing down against the priestess and her 2 beasts. Ready for battle. As you can see behind me, I am a huge Star Wars fan. So, of course, that's going to be in my top 50. First appearance of Boba Fett. Newsstand, if anyone really cares. It's one of my favorite books, probably one of the best books I own. And Hellraiser #1. First appearance of Hellraiser in comics. First appearance of Pinhead in comics. And I love Clive Barker. I love Pinhead. He's probably one of my favorite baddies. So there he is in the flesh. Yeah, he's pretty awesome, man. So like that guy. And I think we talked about this guy earlier. How about your first appearance of Cable? This is a first print, first appearance of Cable. It's in its harder shell. Still not bad. The camera always does this nonsense. But first appearance of Cable, love it. Again, I'm more of a new collector than an old collector. I have some good Silver Age stuff, but nothing to the amount that I have for new books. And we've got the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. Uncanny X-Men #221. Always cool Wolverine on the cover. Though this isn't my favorite cover for a first appearance, to be honest. So, and Mr. Sinister is pretty awesome, so I think he should have had a better first appearance cover. Boom. Frankenstein, Adele 12 center. This guy's beautiful. I love it. I believe it's the first appearance of It's first Silver Age appearance of Frankenstein or something nonsense like that. You know, the first appearance. I betcha Dope Comics has it in his collection. Just for an old guy, how about Fantastic 441? Just to show you, I do have some Silver Age in my collection. This isn't, I don't think this is a key, but still a really cool book. And it's in pretty decent shape for its age. So, as I've already established, most comics in my collection, I really like them in great condition. This guy's a biggie. This guy's the Marvel Special Edition, Star Wars #1. It's huge. It's awesome. Now, the front cover is wicked, but really, the coup de grace, it's right here. That back cover, man. That back cover is absolute fire. If you're a Star Wars fan, like, that's it right there, man. All it's missing is Darth Vader. So that guy's a big dude. Now, let's get into some slabs. I notice you're not in the chat, Biggie, but that's all right. I hope this video gets back to you. This guy's not a slab, but bam! Spider-Man 129. This is the first appearance of Punisher. And it is in fan-friggin-tastic shape. So, you know, gotta love that. We appreciate that. Slab time. Hitting him with them slab shots. Batman 880. 9.8. Signed by Jack himself. And I absolutely, this has got to be one of my favorite covers of all time. Top 15 maybe. Like, this is, Joker's one of my favorite characters. So this speaks to me quite a lot. It's wicked. And one of my favorite comic book covers, because this just screams comic book to me. A man-wolf in space fighting an army of people on space, I don't know, unicorns, space something or other, swords. Like, that's awesome, man. This is wicked. And it's Man-Wolf. I don't know if you know who Man-Wolf is. That is J. Jonah Jameson's son, which is pretty cool. Dark Knight's Metal #1. This is signed by Jacques. It's a 9.6, so a little light on the grade there, but that's okay. It is a Jacques cover, and it's signed by Jacques, so it's pretty awesome. Venom #3, first print, 9.8. Bang and pressed by Bleecker Street Comics. Sent this guy away, got my first 9.8, and I was very stoked. That is the first appearance of Null, the King in Black. Again, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I did get Star Wars #3, slabbed, 9.4. I bought this slabbed already. 9.4 I thought was a really good grade for the age of the book and how many books were just treated like absolute garbage because, you know, they were comic books. Nobody was saving them back in the day, except for smart kids. And here we go with the first appearance of Apocalypse. So that's pretty awesome. Love Apocalypse. I'm a real bad guy lover, eh? I got a lot of first appearances of bad guys, but that's all right. I think sometimes they're just cooler characters. They're just written better. They have better stories, better backstories usually. Not all the time, but, you know, most of the time. Ooh, Ultimate Fallout #4. Now, this is the second print. I am working on a first print as we speak. It's a 9.0. This is not a stupid acetate cover. It's just a regular old second print. It's not a reprint. I was happy to get it. I think it's a better cover than the original, to be honest, because his face is on it. But, hey, call me crazy. I like to be able to... I didn't like that they covered out his face with the Ultimate Fallout in the first print. Again, more love to the Todd father, because Todd McFarlane's awesome. That's your first Venom cover appearance. I don't have a 300 anymore. I really want to get it back. But there is your first cover appearance. Saturday mornings and after school, rushing home to see this guy. I have the power! He-Man. Wicked. One of my favorites. Kevin Smith, you screwed him up. I won't get into that right now, but that's okay. He-Man's one of my faves. Yeah, I'm a big fan of He-Man. He, you know, all that stuff when I was a kid. Voltron, He-Man, Thundercats. And I say it every time I pull out a Secret Wars book. Everybody should have Secret Wars 1 to 12 in their collection at this point. If they don't, that's just silly. It is one of the better Marvel stories. So it's probably too expensive to get right now, especially with all the hubbub with Marvel. But That's a 9.4. Actually, I bought this off of Newbie Comics. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I got this off Newbie. I got it for a really nice deal as well. Newbie Comics. You can check him out on Sundays and I believe Sundays and Tuesdays. He hasn't been on recently because he's on hiatus. I think he just got married, but he's pretty awesome. Darth Vader, number 3. I collect all Darth Vader. Darth Vader is my favorite Star Wars character. This just happens to be signed, and it is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, who I could give 2 flying birds about. But I do love Darth Vader, and I'm glad it's a first appearance. You know, I can't really kick a first appearance in the mouth. It's pretty nice to have one. Now, if you like Alex Ross's art, and I do love Alex Ross's art, this is the one to get. He did a series of these covers, and honestly, this is the one that is the best cover by far. K-Pop, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Yeah, that guy, like, this cover, it's just... like, seriously, you can almost just get right into it. It's amazing. I could almost see my face inside the Silver Surfer because Alex Ross knows what the heck he's doing when it comes to artwork. And that's not saying he's the best artist ever. He's just a different kind of artist, and I love it. That's all. You know, there's all sorts of great artists. I think Biggie went through that recently. So, what do we got? I think we're on our last 5 books. So we're going to show some awesome Silver Age Spider-Man. How about Amazing Spider-Man number 15? First, Kraven the Hunter. You will probably not see Kraven the Hunter like this because they are going to change Kraven the Hunter into Kraven the Animal Lover, which... whatever. At least we got the comics, people. At least we have the comics. So, Kraven the Hunter, first appearance. Now, this is the first appearance of Mary Jane Watson. It is just a brief appearance, but first appearance nonetheless. So, awesome. Amazing Spider-Man is one of my favorites. Always has been, always will be. I think I had, when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure I had Spider-Man pajamas, Star Wars sheets. It was too much. Right, this is Spider-Man number 3. Amazing Spider-Man number 3. That is the first appearance of Dr. Octopus. And, you know, that's what started it all, man. For Marvel, anyway. I know everybody says Fantastic Four, but let's be honest. We all love Spider-Man. And not everybody loves the Fantastic Four. More Amazing Spider-Man. Gotta love that yellow Daredevil suit. Again, all in really great shape. And last but not least, probably my favorite book in my collection, and everyone's going to think it's silly, but Rick and Morty number 1. First print, first edition. I also have the free comic book day, Rick and Morty, but this is my favorite comic book. I know, weird, right? I can't help it. I love Rick and Morty, man. So yeah, when I started collecting, I wasn't collecting at the time Rick and Morty was out in comic form. So this is one of the first things I went and bought online. Star Comics, eh? Yeah. I can understand that. This is just my favorite because it's Rick and Morty. think Spider-Man comics are probably my favorite. You know, if you look at Doc, oh my God, you look at his collection. That stuff is amazing. Like the Atom Bomb covers, the Hitler covers, the Stalin covers, stuff like that. That's just amazing stuff. And then you go down to Dope Comics, and he's got all the werewolves and all the vampires and just some of the coolest things. Dave Stevens. I think I showed a Dave Stevens cover today. Again, one of my favorite artists. You know, like one of everybody's favorite artists, especially in comic books. Those guys, yeah, man, they've got some killer collections and horror books. I love the horror stuff. Well, yeah, that was my top 50. Not exactly my top 50, but it was my top fun 50. And I'm glad I did it. So, Biggie Shaq, give this video a watch, buddy. Hey, everybody, I really appreciate you coming out. This is my first live. Red Rum, K-pop, dope. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't do lives ever because, well, what do I got? Like, I don't know, 40 followers or something silly like that. But cheers, everybody. I appreciate you coming out. Collect what you love. Cheers, man.